This is Julien here in Miami, South Beach. This is a place, if you followed a lot of my videos over the years, I usually come here like at least once, maybe twice a year. And since we're in Miami, I thought I'd link this back to the very first time I ever came here. Okay, this is a few years ago, and I was working with Owen, helping him out on all these dating programs. We tour and give these seminars, do personal coaching, and at the time I was, pretty broke. I was like working my way up, kind of just helping out for free. And on the side at that time, I had this job selling cars, like literally a car salesman for Honda in Los Angeles. And I'd done a bunch of shitty jobs before that. I just moved to America. I was just really kind of fucking around, struggling around. And I was massively in a, let's just say, short-term way of thinking. I just quit university and I was just like, fuck it all, live fast, die young, if you will. And, it got me successful in a way where I would put myself out there and I'd be open to all these opportunities. However, I kind of lost the discipline of pursuing through with those opportunities. And one thing he told me, and I was at his place, and I remember very clearly, he's like, dude, we should go all out and do what we called this perfection challenge. Okay, now what is that? Basically, it was 3 months of just eating extremely healthy, like 100% on point, going to the gym, reading, just really hustling, like going all out 100%, if you will, for 3 months. And he told me, he's like, if you do this for 3 months, I'll buy you a trip out to Miami. Okay, that was the leverage at the end. And up until then, for me, it was really, I do something, I get it, and I wouldn't really dedicate myself for a longer period of time. And we did this. Okay, I'll even include a little picture of us on this same beach back in the day. You'll see me like looking very young and just very skinny and on point. And I remember flying out here, and we sat on this beach, and we really started talking. We're like, yeah, we did it. It's like, it was the first proof, if you will, just like you can commit to something for a long period of time. You don't need the little rewards all the way through, the little, gratification hits. And this is how you actually build something sustainable, okay? And also how you kind of change your criteria for like what feels good, away from that external stimulus, that instant gratification, to internal fulfillment, the fact you're actually doing this. And I didn't even stay here long. This is, again, a few years ago. I probably flew out. It was on the weekend where I wasn't working at the car dealership. And I'd fly out. I was here for like a day, and then I left the next morning extremely early so I could just make it in at noon for my shift. So it's just like, poof, here, swam, went out, left. That was my experience. But it really conditioned me to start thinking that way, and I then forced myself to do more of this moving forward. It's like, put a goal in the future, not immediately, and then force yourself to just stick at the task at hand. Okay, don't just do it for the shit that comes fast. Okay, and this is something I recommend for you. Okay, it's like if you're just used to short-term thinking, addict yourself to the long-term thinking. Go through temporary moments even of discomfort in order to achieve something long-term. And another interesting concept to kind of link this to is something Robert Greene talks about in his book, Mastery. And what he basically says is that in order to achieve true genius, if you will, you need a mix of two things. Okay, on one hand, you need that childlike excitement, that engagement and fascination with the world. When you're a kid, you look at the sky, you're like, oh my God, the sky is blue. You look at a building, you're like, wow, the building. You see a new toy, you're like, oh my God. So you're just extremely passionate and excited and open to opportunities, let's just say. And on the other hand, okay, you need the discipline, willpower that you cultivate through adulthood. You start growing up, you start, committing a little bit more to tasks at hand. Now what happens is, kids have the fascination with the world, but they don't have the willpower and discipline to follow through. They're very ADD. They're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay? And as an adult, you kind of lose that. You get into this very, disciplined, serious, I'm an adult now. The more responsibility you take on, the more you pretty much close yourself off and just get lost in it. And to achieve true genius, you have to re-summon that fascination and combine the two, where yes, you're fascinated, but then you can also dedicate yourself to something, and that's you just follow through and achieve, something that's truly genius. So what I did here is when I quit university, I kind of fully snapped myself out of being responsible in a way where you're just focused on one thing for a long period of time, being very serious. And I was like, fuck it all,
and it totally sparked back up that, childlike excitement and fascination. I moved to America, and I was like, oh my God, it's like just open for all this experience. However, again, I lost the discipline. And coming back, coming to Miami and doing this forced me to re-summon that part of me. And now that I combine the two, here I am, doing my thing. And this is what I want you to keep in mind. Okay, ask yourself, like, are you more in the childlike fascination side of things? Are you more in the serious side? And find a way to combine the two. Okay, if you're just, way too serious, try bringing back that excitement, fuck around a bit. And if you're too far on the opposite, again, instant gratification, condition yourself to developing this skill of focusing on something long-term and sticking to it regardless. Okay, and really this, I think, is the thing that people do miss a lot, and don't do it for the instant gratification either. That'd be the big one. It's like a lot of people just live in reaction or live by addiction, to quote Stephen Pressfield. We just do what makes us feel good immediately right now. It's like, what feels good? I'm hungry. Big Mac. It's not that good thing in the long run. And condition yourself. Hold off, long run, pursue your goals that way. So really keep this all in mind and apply this to your life. Okay, if you're used to just going for the short term, addict yourself to the long term. Okay, and really pick a reward, if you will, that's big and that makes it worth it. Like instead of just getting your little instant hit, for example, of eating unhealthy, if you do the perfection challenge at the end of 3 months, you get a way bigger hit of, say, coming out to Miami South Beach and having fun here on the beach. Okay, it's like set a big goal that's a lot more worth it, and then work on that discipline, work on that willpower, work on that fucking commitment, and you will be surprised at how this will affect how you feel and your life. Okay, so work on that, and as always, until next time.